the rotation detector there, Melanie. I think what you're seeing just to the northeast of Sharon, you see that light blue color in there? That does look like it could be a debris ball, meaning that this storm is lofting things up into the atmosphere. It's lofting things that are not natural. It could be tree branches, it could be roofs of homes, it could be shingles, it could be anything. It's right to the south of Fancy, Matheny Grove. There's Jewel as well, just to the northwest of Eagle Hill. It hasn't moved into Henry County yet, but it's headed our way. Again, this is a confirmed tornado warning for Henry County, Tennessee until 12:30. We got the debris detector. We've got some signs of a debris ball, but this storm system, this cell that's coming through is quite large. We're not seeing a ton on the rotation detector right now, but part of the reason might be, Melanie, if you go back to real-time radar here, part of the reason might be that there's a lot of rain that's within this. So that radar beam's got to get through all that rain. There's probably a good hail core in here as well, and that's what we're watching. It's a confirmed tornado warning moving into Henry County. If you are in Henry County, if you are hearing my voice, Melanie Lade and I are here watching this storm move to the east. Paris, you are under the gun next. Get to your safe space. Best place will be a basement. You do not have a basement, next best area, an interior room on the first floor of your home. Grab pillows, grab blankets, baseball helmet, football helmet, bicycle helmet, whatever it may be. Protect your head. Protect things that are around you. Flying debris, very dangerous. A confirmed tornado warning on the ground in Henry County. This goes until 12:30, Melanie.
And we'll put a latest track on this so you can see exactly where it's going. If you're in the Puryear area, 12:18 before this gets right on your doorstep. Over in Hazel, Tennessee, 12:19. Paris, 12:23. You got just a few minutes to get to your safe space. Nobles, 12:29. And Sunnyside, 12:30 before this is heading in your area. This is going to be just west of the Tennessee River. If you live over in the Henry County area, this storm system that's bringing in what we have been seeing to look like some confirmed rotation, now heading into Henry County and getting into that middle Tennessee viewing area.
And yeah, all of these places here, we're going to have to see how well this storm actually holds together here over the next couple of minutes here. I know the warning is set to expire 12:30, but these things can be extended. That purple flashing box you see in there, that is the confirmed tornado warning. It's moving off to the east right now. 40 miles per hour about, Melanie, I think, about 40 miles per hour. So it's knocking on the door in Paris. If you are in Paris, especially surrounding areas like Melanie's talking about, up and down, there it is, Highway 79, you need to get into your safe space. That debris ball, what looks to be that, is just to the northwest of Eagle Hill. There's Jewel. If you travel in this area out to the west, Max Grove Road, there's Pentecost Road, Little Lion Road. We'll go a little farther to the east, get into Henry County. If you hear your road or a road adjacent to you, this storm is headed your way. So make sure you're paying close attention to this. Just to the north of Bradford, looks like maybe a second debris ball. With these colors that you're seeing in the debris detector, as they get lighter, as you get into the yellows and the greens especially, that can show us that there is some rotation within this. So Old Hall, Greenfield, Beech Grove moving to the east. Not a whole lot through the rest of the mid-state right now, but we are expecting more to fire up as we go through the afternoon, Melanie, and a lot of the atmosphere has had more time to charge up.
Yeah, that's right. So we'll take a wide view so you can see the big picture here. Nashville, very quiet at the moment. Mostly all of the mid-state looking pretty quiet. It's just this one particular area, our far northwestern region of Middle Tennessee, where we're seeing this particular confirmed tornado warning. Right now, it's only affecting Henry County and the Middle Tennessee viewing area. That will include one of the biggest cities there, Paris. You can see that rain is just coming down on Paris right now, right over Highway 79. But this big system that is capable of producing some rotation is right behind it. So this is, at least it looks to have been producing some rotation, possibly even some debris. What we look for there in that debris detector is those cool colors, which I'll turn on here just so you can get an idea of what I'm talking about. Bright blue stands out to us here. And as Stefano mentioned, it could be tree limbs, it could be a lot of leaves, it could be Christmas decorations, but it does mean that the wind is alofting something in the air that is not going to be just your average birds or trees. It's just going to be something that is confirmed to be debris in the air that we're looking for.
And that is something we are seriously watching here. So that debris detector right now is getting ready to move into northern parts of Henry County. So I think my eyes right now are on areas around Puryear. If you are in the line of that storm, I mean, you need to get to your safe space immediately. Just to the north of Paris Nobles, yeah, let's go in for a tighter view. Let's start naming some spots. Okay, Jones Mill, Mill Creek, Foundry Hill. You hear my voice right now? Get to your safe space immediately. Volume up. We have the apps on your phone. You can download those real quick if you want to. If you don't have time, turn that TV volume up as loud as you can get it. Get into your safe space. Cottage Grove near Foundry Hill. There's Whitlock as well. Naming a couple of roads. Martin Mill Road, if we can go back in for just a little tighter view, Melanie, to the road view. Other areas that we should name. Park Hill Road. There's Hicko Road, Caldwell Road, Crossland Road, all the way up through Ferguson Road. There's U.S. Highway 641, Rose Lane, Dumas Road, all of these areas in the path of this storm. Again, this is a confirmed tornado warning. It's moving into Henry County as we speak right now. This is confirmed. On the ground, moving to the east, about 40 miles per hour. Nobles, the current time is 2:18. It's knocking on the door, 12:26. It's 12:18, I should say. Paris Landing State Park, 12:37. Again, knocking on the door. We'll see how far this can actually make it as we go through the next 20, 30 minutes or so, see if this storm doesn't weaken and fall apart. So what we'll be watching as this storm progresses is exactly how things are going to develop, how the storm is going to hold together. So we're watching this storm. It doesn't look like we really have much as far as there being any indications from the National Weather Service of there being any reports of damage right now. I think we'll have to check up on that and see how things go through the next couple of hours. Let's see if I can get a little bit of a better feed in here to get a look at it. But right now, this is a confirmed tornado warning for Henry County, Tennessee. If you're hearing my voice, you're hearing Melanie's voice, we are here for you. Stay calm, do the right thing, get into your safe space. Best place will be a basement. I know many of us don't have basements. Second best place would be low-lying area in your home. First floor, a powder room that doesn't have any windows, maybe a bathroom, an interior closet. Melanie throwing a track on this for us again. The time 12:19, 12:32 in Puryear. It Nobles, 12:46. Antioch Harbor Resort. This is obviously past the time that this is set to expire, but the storm could still spin up once again, Melanie, and it's something that I think we need to watch closely because this storm has a lot of energy that it can actually work with in the atmosphere.
Yeah, that's right. And so we're giving you a couple of timestamps here just to let you know when this storm, the general area of it where we've seen that rotation is going to be closer toward you. Paris Landing State Park, 12:46 before it's over in that particular area. Again, this is an active tornado warning. This is affecting Henry County here in the Middle Tennessee area. We're looking at a rotation detector. It's kind of going in and out, a little bit broad. We are still seeing, some inflow and outflow here that we're looking for, those reds and greens together. So we are seeing a little bit there between Gleason, Henry, and Paris. So if you were in that particular area of Henry County, if the community of Como or Midway or Herondale stands out to you, even up toward New Boston, this will be affecting you here in the next little bit. Again, this is an active tornado warning. We maybe have had some hail behind this. That hail swath showed that maybe we've seen some hail coming down. Definitely those darker colors in the radar indicate we're seeing just some torrential downpours, which we've warned you about for the last several days. This is not even the line of severe storms that we're actually focused on for later today. This is kind of one of those rogue ones. If you take a wider view here, you can see they're coming in from the west, maybe speeding up a little bit ahead of time. But back here closer toward Memphis, that line is going to keep coming closer into Middle Tennessee. It's going to get into some atmosphere and some warm air that we're seeing today. We have temperatures in the 60s. That's going to cause a lot more friction for us. We're going to see probably some more of these, if not tornado warnings, at least probably some severe thunderstorm warnings as the day goes on.
And it looks like, by the way, another severe thunderstorm warning has been issued out ahead of that confirmed tornado warning. So what the National Weather Service is telling us with this is that it might not necessarily continue the tornado warning, but But what it is going to do is it's going to push that severe thunderstorm warning into counties like Stewart, Houston. I think the northern parts of Benton County are included in that as well, though it might be just missing. But the storm itself still means business. I mean, we have the confirmed tornado warning. Haven't gotten any damage reports yet, but we'll keep an eye out for that. But still, if you're in these immediate areas, especially around Paris and areas to the north between about Paris and Murray, in Henry County, everyone needs to be on their toes. If you live in Henry County, you need to be taking this seriously. We still have this confirmed tornado warning until 12:30. Lowest interior room in your house, first floor, basement is best. You don't have a basement, that's okay. If you can get into something like a powder room, a bathroom that may be underneath a staircase, that's always a good idea. Stay away from windows as best as you can. Leave as many walls between you and the outside of your home as possible. Protect your head from flying debris. A bike helmet, a baseball helmet, pillows, blankets, whatever you can get to protect you from the elements around you is going to be very beneficial. And now, if you are in a mobile home in these areas, unfortunately, the best advice that we have for you is get out. Mobile homes, very hard to find a safe place in. So if you're in a mobile home, unfortunately, the only real option here is to get out and get away from this storm. Now, I guess a little silver lining here for at least right now is the National Weather Service hasn't extended the confirmed tornado warning, but it has extended, it looks like, the tornado warning itself right now. So the confirmed warning hasn't been extended any farther to the east, but we're still in that confirmed warning to the north and east of north of Paris, but the tornado warning itself has been moved a little bit farther to the east. So now I'd say it would include areas like Nobles. If we really just follow Highway 79 from Henry up through Paris, Nobles, there's that debris ball, though. This is something that we've been seeing very consistently, and as long as we're here, I want to stick with this. Cottage Grove, it's right over top of us right now. This debris ball hasn't really shown signs of weakening, so what this is telling us is the storm is lofting things up into the air. It could be tree limbs, it could be leaves, it could be, like Melanie said, Christmas decorations, but it could be siding of homes, it could be shingles, it could be a multitude of things. It's just telling us that there's something in the atmosphere up in the cloud deck that's not natural. So if you're in the path of this, let's stick with the debris ball. Foundry Hill, Mill Creek, Jones Mill, just to the north of New Boston. There's Whitlock as well. Get into your safe space immediately. Melanie, if we can zoom in just to the east of Cottage Grove, a little farther to the east, so I can start naming some of the towns as well, so people that know their street names can get an idea here. So there's Whitlock, Birds Creek Road, Stewart Road, Whitlock Road. There's Clement Lane, Foundry Hill Road. Of course, there's Foundry Hill as well. Looks like Winninger Road as well. U.S. Highway 641 and State Route 54. Two of those major travel zones in this area. What you're seeing right now, if you are just joining us, is a confirmed tornado warning for Henry County, Tennessee. A confirmed tornado on the ground. Here's First Alert Live radar just on the doorstep. Hazel, near Purrier as well. All of these areas, you need to get to your safe space immediately. If you live anywhere in Henry County, get to your safe space. Rotation detectors actually showing the rotation a little farther to the south. So this could have multiple areas of rotation, right where Melanie just circled, right in that yellow. You're in Paris. I know plenty of you in Paris. Get to your safe space. You can hear my voice. Volume all the way up on your TV. Get into a closet. Get into an interior room. New Boston, just to the south of Whitlock as well. Here's some of those roads again that we zoomed into. State Route 218, Whitlock Paris Road, Porter Court, Chickasaw Heights, Paris. This is on our doorstep. Near India, State Route 76, Jackson Drive, State Route 218. If you're hearing roads that are near you, roads that you live by, your town, your backyard, you need to be listening to this. You need to get into your safe space immediately. This is a confirmed tornado warning, I still believe, that has not expired yet. It is until 12:30, I think, if you click on it, Melanie. I think it's until 12:30. I don't think that they've extended anymore. But what they have done is looks like they've extended the tornado warning itself until 1 o'clock. But there's the confirmed tornado warning until 12:30. So let's just stick with that. Let's get right into that zone near Paris. And, you know, these people need to know what's going on you need to get into your safe space immediately in these areas. I mean, it's here. Don't waste any time. Don't delay. Don't worry about grabbing your cell phone, grabbing something to bring in with you. Grab pillows, grab blankets, grab whatever you can, and make sure you are in your safe space.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. So what we're watching here is this general system. It's still tracking toward the Tennessee River right now. You can see it here right over the Puryear area, down getting into Paris at the moment, and back toward Gleason, still seeing a lot of heavy rain. Most likely seeing some hail with this as well, too, with this rotation, definitely possible. We've been showing you this image here, what's our correlation coefficient, aka debris detector. You can see here those bright colors of blue, green, those cool colors. That's what we look for to see that there's definitely something that's being lifted aloft into the air. So we're going to keep with you until this is allowed to expire. We'll stay on with you until 1 o'clock, but that confirmed tornado warning goes until 12:30. The National Weather Service has extended a new tornado warning for Henry County that goes a little bit further until 1 o'clock. And notice as we get new scans in from our First Alert Live radar, we're getting new images coming through. That debris ball was right over Cottage Grove just moments ago. Now it's getting closer toward the Foundry Hill area. So we definitely know that there's something going on around there. Definitely some rotation, something being alofted into the air out that way. If you live near Jones Mill, Mill Creek, Foundry Hill, we are going to be keeping an eye on this for you and watching it pretty closely. We'll turn on some of our storm threats here, and you can see more than likely seeing some pretty decent hail. Not seeing too much about wind here, but we can pull up our wind speeds in just a second. Hail probably coming down and a lot of rain, just extremely heavy downpours.
And that's one of the big things we've been worried about, too, is that these storms have a lot of heavier rainfall with them, and with that heavier rainfall comes very reduced visibility. So we're watching that very closely. It kind of looks like what we're dealing with right now is that the National Weather Service is saying that the cell is weakening, the rotation is weakening within the storm. So it's at least some good news, but these storms, remember, can pulse. So what can happen is almost like a spinning top. Eventually, it's going to weaken again. But as you know, you start getting more wind and you get more speed in that wind, these storms can pick back up and start rotating all over again for you. So if you're in Henry County and you live near Highway 79, that's a great landmark. Highway 79 moving into Stewart County near Dover. I mean, if you do a lot of traveling in these areas, or maybe near Murray and areas that are off to the east, regardless of the tornado warning, this is still a severe thunderstorm warning, and it's moving off to the east at quite a click here. It's 40, 50 miles per hour, maybe even more than that in some cases. So Paris, the current time is 12:29. It's on our doorstep, if not here right now. The wind's probably picking up. You're probably getting some raindrops as well. In Henry, 12:33, Nobles at 12:37, Sunnyside at 12:41, Fort Henry, 12:42, Elkhorn at 12:45, Oakland also at 12:45. Still a confirmed tornado warning on the ground. It goes until 12:30. Which is right now, so we'll see if the National Weather Service decides it wants to recycle that confirmed warning, or if there have been some signs that this storm has maybe lifted. But it does look like another severe thunderstorm warning has been issued, so that is, of course, something that we'll have to watch and see where that goes. My guess is that it would be this line of storms that's probably going to push into parts of Stewart County. We'll get into the northern portions of Benton County as well. Yeah, there we go. So it looks like they've honestly really just put it just to the northwest of Stewart County, kind of near the Murray area with that cell. But I do have good news. The confirmed tornado warning has, in fact, expired. So the confirmed tornado that's on the ground, that warning has been allowed to expire. However, we still have a tornado warning, I believe, Melanie, that goes until 1 o'clock. This is still for Henry County, so this is still saying that this particular storm that we're watching for you can still produce a tornado. It's not necessarily on the ground right now again, but it can still produce a tornado. It can still produce rotation, and it's right near Paris. So if you are, you travel along Highway 79, Nobles, and areas just to the north, you still need to get into your safe space. You still need to make sure that you are staying safe. What Melanie just clicked on this 28 miles per hour and negative 36 miles per hour, it's telling us how fast that part of the storm is rotating. So we'll take these two numbers and we'll put them together, and you're looking somewhere in the order of 65 miles per hour, I think. 65 miles per hour gate-to-gate shear says that part of the storm is rotating at about 65 miles per hour. So certainly enough that it could very well spawn another tornado, but nothing that's confirmed on the ground right now. All of these areas, though, off to the east, from Nobles, India, I mean, Chickasaw Heights, Paris, Hancock, near Porter Court, it's here. It's on the door. The wind is probably picking up right now. Don't worry about rushing outside to try to save your Christmas decorations. If it's on the doorstep, it's not worth it. Make sure you get into your safe space out near Nobles. There's Sunnyside. We'll look a little bit farther to the east because this tornado warning does travel through areas like Elk Horn, Antioch Harbor Resorts, I believe that is, Moons, Nobles. So it's going to cross over State Route 76, it looks like, which, turns into Highway 79. If you are in the path of this storm, you need to get into your safe space, the lowest level of your room. Basement is going to be the best place. If you do not have a basement, I know there's plenty of us that don't. Lowest level, first floor, interior room. So something like a powder room you may have on the first floor. Maybe a laundry room you may have that doesn't have any windows. Windows are a no-go. Try to get to a room without any windows. You want to protect your head from flying debris. Use pillows, use blankets. If the kids have bike helmets, football helmets, hockey helmets, whatever it may be, use that to protect yourself from things that could be flying around you. Unfortunately, if you're in a mobile home, the best advice is to abandon it. Try to get out while you still can. It's not confirmed on the ground anymore, but right now we still have a tornado warning that is in effect through Henry County. I believe this goes until 1 o'clock, and if you go a little farther back, Melanie, I think that there's some near Gleason and Sharon. Looks like we had some wind reported. See if that's wind or if that's what kind of damage that was back through here. It kind of looks like that it was with the original gust of the storm. So this is just kind of showing you that this storm has the capability of doing damage. It's already done damage. I mean, we have trees and wires down. This is obviously just out of the immediate viewing area, but it's still showing that this storm not only has a history of producing damage, but can still do more. So trees and wires down. I'm sure that's the same thing around the Gleason area as well, it looks like. Large trees along Chicken Road. So this storm has really structural damage. There we go. This is at the National Guard Armory near Gleason. So for a storm to cause that kind of structural damage, I mean, it's something that, we're saying is this storm is really packing a punch. This is when the storm was a little bit younger, back to the west, probably when its hail core first developed. But there's a little hail for you about, looks like probably, I'd say, ½ an inch in size, I would say, if we were going to say that, just because this storm hasn't had huge hail. Otherwise, we'd be picking up on it. But the rest of the mid-state right now is calm, is quiet. Franklin, Nashville, Waverly, Savannah, Lawrenceburg, Columbia, Cookeville, Jamestown, McMinnville, Manchester. But take a look at this. Here is a tornado watch that goes until 7 o'clock this evening. I know we're interrupting your programming. It doesn't matter. We're here to keep you safe. So we're watching this move to the east. These storms that are back in West Tennessee, these still have a lot of atmosphere to get through, a lot of atmosphere that's had a lot of the day to charge up. If you think about the warm-up we're expecting this afternoon, highs that are in the 60s, we'll probably have a little bit more of dew point action. You probably noticed even stepping outside this morning just how humid the air actually is. When you have that moisture, something we haven't had in a while, you can really get these storms fueled, give them extra strength. This is it was the confirmed tornado warning not that long ago. Now it's just a tornado warning that includes the rest of Henry County. It's on the door in Nobles. If we can pull up, I think, the rotation detector, Melanie, so we can get an idea of where that rotation is. It's still in the same spot. So, right near Paris, it looks like that rotation drifted just to the north. But if you were to backtrack this rotation with some of the damage that we were seeing back in Gleason, it looks like that rotation went right through those areas. So we had the damage reported in Gleason to the National Guard Armory. Also, we had large trees down as well as power lines down. Looks like that tracked from Gleason just to the north of Paris, and now it's knocking on the door in Nobles. If you're in the path of this, along Highway 79, north of Big Sandy even, get into your safe space. Melanie's going to put a track on this for us. We'll get an idea of how fast this is moving. It's been moving at a good click, about 40, 50 miles per hour, but it's so large it's covering a lot of space, so I'll step off here so you can get an idea. Nobles, the current time, 12:36. It's here. It's 12:38. I know it's 2 minutes, but 12:38, it's here. It has a history of producing damage. Sunnyside at 12:40. Fort Henry looking at 12:44. Oakland, 12:45. All of these areas are still within that window of this tornado warning, which goes until 1 o'clock. Even out near Bumpus Mills, we'll be watching 12:54 for this storm system to work its way in. So watching this very, very closely. It's had a history of damage. It was a confirmed tornado not long ago. Luckily, that's not the case anymore, but the storm could still spin back up, Melanie, and do it all over again.
That's right. And I do want to mention to you that it's actually been a really long time since Middle Tennessee has seen any severe weather here. This morning I was reading up on it. It's been since August 12th that we had any kind of severe weather in Middle Tennessee. So it's been quite a while. So but I know right now it's pretty quiet throughout most of the mid-state. This is really confined to our far northwestern counties. And I know it's kind of a pain. They have let this tornado warning just now expire, so that's the good news. We're going to stay with you, though, throughout the day. We'll work on getting double boxes up here, too, in just a minute to get you back to that soccer game. But we're watching a pretty strong system coming in today. With that being said, we haven't had weather like this in a long time. Make sure you're staying weather aware today. Brush up on that plan of where to go in your house with your family, because you're going to need it later. Hopefully no more tornado warnings, but it is possible. It is a possibility of seeing that. And I do really quickly just want to quickly show you, too, we still have thunderstorms and severe thunderstorm warnings back in West Tennessee. We also have a tornado watch that is in effect for most of the mid-state, including Davidson County. It's all these yellow shaded counties here, and that goes until 7 o'clock tonight. So we will be with you here, keeping you updated throughout the day on air and online. You can get the latest on the free WSMV4 First Alert Weather app.
And I think what we're going to do here is we're going to regroup. We're going to take a look at some of the model runs that are coming our way, see how these storms are going to progress. If another tornado warning were to be issued, we will cut back into programming. So what we're going to do is we're going to toss it back to what was regularly scheduled. Make sure, like Melanie said, you're still weather aware. I know a lot of us haven't seen much other than maybe a passing shower or some drizzle at this point, but just make sure you're on your toes. If you have dinner plans this evening, we were talking about this all week, the line of storm should push through the Nashville area right around prime time dinner time, if not, just after that. So getting to, coming from dinner, and that goes for the rest of the mid-state as well. Make sure you stay weather ready. We'll be right back with you here on WSMV4, and you can always download that WSMV4 weather app to get the latest updates, watches, and warnings issued right to your phone as they become available. Stay safe, everyone.